Hi, welcome to class. We're going to begin today's class standing at the front of the mat. Open up the soles of your feet and spread your toes. Lean into your heels. Join the palms together. Feel your body weight balance over your ankles. As you close the eyes, take a slow breath in through the nose. And a slow breath out. Staying connected to the breath and the sensations that we feel in the body. Open the eyes, bring your arms to your side. As you inhale, raise your arms up overhead. Exhale, spread your arms and fold forward. Inhale, come into a flat back. Elongate the spine. Plant your hands, step back, plank position. Lower down slowly, Chaturanga Dandasana. You can modify by lowering the knees. And then inhale into your first back bend, Cobra. Press tops of feet, roll the buttocks towards the backs of the knees as you roll your heart forward. Roll your heart back down and press up. Downward facing dog. Reconnect to the breath. Slow breath in through the nose. Slower breath out. Bend one knee and stretch the heel down towards the ground. Bend the other. If it doesn't touch, no worries. Don't force. One more time. Look in between the hands and step or float up to the front. As you inhale, come up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now step your right foot up to your right thumb. And as you inhale, come into crescent lunge. Now as you exhale, lean out over your knee. Reach your arms back behind you. Inhale. Come back up. Exhale, lean out over to the knee. Reach the arms back. Inhale, back up. Last one. Exhale, lean out. Now plant your left hand down onto the floor. Reach your right arm up. Twist. Look down, scoot your hand an inch in front of your shoulder, and spin onto the outside edges of the feet. As you inhale, lift your left hip and reach your right arm over. And as you exhale, lower your left hip, reach your hand back towards your back heel. Inhale, lift and reach over. Exhale, lower and reach back. You can just hold if this feels too gnarly for your body. Otherwise, one more round. Then plant the hands onto the inside of the foot. Hold here in the lunge for a breath. Step back into a plank position. Hold strong in your plank pose. Press the floor away. Grip the buttocks, ribs in. Sink into the shoulder blades. And then push away and hold. For 3, 2, 1. Glide back into downward facing dog. Step the left foot up to your thumb. Inhale, come up into crescent. We'll hold for 3 breaths. Then flowing, exhale to lean out over the knee, reach the arms. Inhale to come back up. Exhale to lean out. Inhale to come up. Last one, lean out. Plant your hand and twist and hold. Then slide the hand an inch in front of the shoulder as you turn onto the outside edges of the feet. Lower hip as you reach arm, or you can just hold static, your call, and then reach up and over. 2 more times. Then spin the feet back into the lunge position, hands on the inside of the foot. Hold here, settling into the lunge, letting the hips open. Step back into a plank position. Now take your feet shoulder distance apart, spin the heels over to the left, tuck the buttocks, ribs up, spin over to the right. Spin over to the left, and then take your right arm up if possible. If it's too much for your body, remember, you can always drop your knee down. Reminder that we want to practice what we should do for the health of the body instead of what we can do, what we can force ourselves into. We can put ourselves into all kinds of crazy situations, but they might not be appropriate for us. Bring the hands back down. Spin the heels over to the other side, arm up. And hold. Come back into plank position. Press into downward facing dog. Step the right foot, crescent lunge, round 2. Bring your hands to prayer. Lean over your knee, and we're going to try a flowing warrior 3. Step up onto balance for warrior 3. And then come up to stand. Bring your knee up, raise your arms up. Hands to prayer. Tip back into warrior 3. Come back up to stand, knee up. Arms up. Last one, tip back. And come forward. Knee up, arms up, hold. Now, keeping your ribs in, see if you can stretch your left leg straight out in front of you. Then bend your knees and wrap your left leg over. Cross your left arm under for eagle. Uncross, stand, Samastiti. Inhale into Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha. Step or float back, take a Vinyasa, or just stretch right back into downward facing dog, your call. Step your left foot for crescent. Inhale to come up. Hands come to prayer, lean out over your knee. Flowing warrior three. Just remember, this is a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect. So do the best you can. Come up, knee up, arms up. Back to warrior three. Come back up, knee up, arms up. Back to warrior three. Last one, come back up, knee up, arms up. Keeping your waist back, stretch your legs straight out in front of you. Then bend the knees, wrap the leg up and over, cross your right arm under for eagle. Uncross, stand, Samasthiti. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, fold. Squat down into Bakasana or just practice squatting for 5 breaths. Either lean into your arm balance or just practice your squat. Whichever one you're doing now, come into boat pose, Navasana. Balance between sit bones and tailbone. Hug legs in, heart open. Then lower into Ardha Navasana. Advanced practitioners can go with straight legs, right to balance onto the sacrum. Otherwise, practice by lowering the heels down, controlling the roll down, and pausing there. Come back up into boat pose. Then option here to go into reverse plank. Put the hands a foot behind you, roll your heart open. If your wrists and shoulder are healthy enough to, you could lift your butt up and go into reverse plank position. Otherwise, you can just stay here opening up your chest. For 3, 2, 1. Good. Round 2. Come into Navasana. You can hold with knees bent or lift the legs up. Lower into Ardha Navasana. Pick the variation that challenges you, but to where you still keep your core connection. Come back up into Navasana. Hands come a foot behind, go into reverse plank. Find the hand position that's most appropriate for you. You might feel that fingers turned out just slightly is the best. It's the less demanding on the shoulder. Hands turned out requires full external rotation. So find what works best for you. If you can't quite get all the way up, you can just practice rocking up. Although I'm not sure if this one's fully PG. I'm gonna have to let the kids leave the room first for this one. Okay. Jeez. Oh, inappropriate YouTube content. Bring the legs up. Last one. Lower into Ardha Navasana. Control the roll. And hold. Now check it out on this one. Lower all the way down, stretch your arms back, and we're gonna practice rolling up, which is a really functional, important movement, but it's freaking hard. So we're gonna try to roll nice and controlled. What? We're able to do it? If you can't do it, you can slide your feet under the couch or something like that. But it's good to train it. We're gonna do it 3 times. Rolling back down and back up. There's some Pilates people who are doing this who are just like, dude, this is nothing. I could do this in my sleep. Last one. Next, we're gonna take the legs wide and do the no, I'm just kidding. It's not gonna turn into a full Pilates situation. From here, let's go into bridge pose. Bring the heels close to the buttock, feet hip distance, lift the butt up, and lower the buttock down. 5 times. Roll up, roll buttocks to backs of the knees, ribs in and down. 2, 3, 4, and we'll hold the 5th one, lift it up, and you can hold here or come up into Urdhva Dhanurasana, back bend on your hands and your feet. Then, with the feet close together, see if you can bring the right leg into tabletop. Still keep the buttock action, core connection. Even if you're doing Urdhva, you could still try this. Maybe stretch the legs straight up in the air. Wave it like you just don't care. Please don't do that, actually. Bring the leg back down and take the other leg up. Lower back down. Take Baddha Konasana legs and Baddha Konasana arms, which if you're unfamiliar just means do this. This is also chilling at the beach pose. Just relaxing. Slow breath in and slow breath out. And then check it out from here, final hip stretch. You could cross ankle to knee or cradle leg, or bring knee to chest and then cross knee to armpit and hold. Change sides. Hopefully we can fix that one in editing. Bring it back to center. Hug knees to armpits or take happy baby. Release that baby. And come into Shavasana, horse pose. Take a slow breath in through your nose and let it all the way out. And just let your body drop into the earth. Practice observing the flow of prana, the feeling of energy in the body. So for example, if you bring your attention to your hand, you could feel where your hand is in space. Do it with both hands, the feet, the legs. Stay connected to the sensations in the body. As the breath flows in and out, notice the relationship. Between breath and the sensation or the perception of the flow of energy. Bend knees, roll to side. Press yourself up. Thank you. Namaste.